Hi, welcome back. In this video, we'll discuss about global temporary table. Global temporary tables are visible to all sessions or connections. So, if you create a global temporary table in one session, you can start using it in other sessions. Examples of global temporary table. A global temporary table is created using create table statement with the table name prefixed with double hash. As you can see here, create table double hash student ID integer primary key, name worker 50 not null, gender worker 50 not null, age integer not null. If we execute this piece of code, it will create student global temporary table. Scope. Global temporary table is automatically dropped when the session that created the table ends. Drop global temporary table. As you can see, drop table hash student. If we execute this piece of code, it will drop student global temporary table. We can drop global temporary table by checking if it is exist or not. If it is exist, then it will drop. As you can see here, if object ID global temporary table student object type U is not null, drop table hash student. So if the table is exist, then it will drop. Otherwise, it should be fine. Let's dive into SQL Server Management Studio and see in action. In this demo, we'll create global temporary table. We'll insert few records into global temporary table. Finally, we'll read data from global temporary table. How we can do this? Let's do step by step. Before creating global temporary table, we can also delete following away so that we don't get any error while creating global temporary table. As you can see, if object ID tempdb hash student is not null, drop table student. So if the table is already exists, it will drop student global temporary table. Creating global temporary table student. As you can see, create table hash student ID integer primary key, name worker 50 not null, gender worker 50 not null, age integer not null. Let's select this part, execute. As you can see, command completed successfully. Navigate to databases, click on that. Navigate to system databases, click on tempdb, click on temporary tables. As you can see, student global temporary table has been created. Now we'd like to read data from global temporary table. So how we can do this? As you can see, select star from hash student. Student is the global temporary table. Let's select this part, execute. As you can see, it returns 3 records. We know that global temporary table can be accessible from other session. Let's test it out. Is it really accessible? Let's copy this piece, Ctrl C, open new query window, click on that, Ctrl V. So we're trying to access global temporary table from other query window. All right, let's click on execute. As you can see, we can access global temporary table from other query window as well. Going back to other tab, drop global temporary table. How we can do this? As you can see, drop table, table name, hash student. This is the global temporary table. Execute. As you can see, command completed successfully. Navigate to tempdb, navigate to temporary tables, right click on it, click refresh. As you can see, student global temporary table has been dropped. As you can see, we dropped student global temporary table. Now, if we execute this piece of code again, drop table hash student. Let's select this part. We'll get error. Click on execute. As you can see, cannot drop the table hash student. This is the global temporary table because it doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't exist. We know that. So what is the solution? In SQL Server 2016 or higher version, if we execute this piece of code, drop table if exist hash student. So it will check if the table is exist, then it will drop. Otherwise, it will not give us any error like this, cannot drop the table hash student. All right. As we know that our SQL Server is 2019, we should be fine in that case. Let's select this part, execute. As you can see, we don't get any error. It says command completed successfully. I hope it makes sense. Thank you. Have a good day.